Well, 2023 has already seen major changes by most all of the major cruise lines, and those changes just continue. And one of the most recent changes comes from Celebrity Cruises, and it's going to impact those staying in suites or Celebrities Retreat. Hello, everyone. My name is Zach. I am the Traveling Man, and we need to talk about some changes, some big changes that are coming to the service that you receive if you're staying in a suite on board Celebrity Cruises. Well, I love Celebrity Cruises and have sailed extensively with the brand, and I actually have a cruise coming up very soon with Celebrity that I've been so excited about. Here recently, I asked my viewers on Instagram and Facebook. By the way, if you're not following me on Instagram and Facebook, make sure you go follow me at Zach the Traveling Man over there. But I said, what experience do you want me to showcase next on the channel? And overwhelmingly, the winner of that, and I think there were 5 different options across 4 or 5 different cruise lines, but the winner of that was to stay in a suite or the retreat on board Celebrity Cruises. And so I have booked on board Celebrity Reflection in the next month and a half. I'm going to be going over to the Mediterranean. Have a beautiful sunset sky suite, a huge room, and I can't wait for the experience. I have heard so much about how great the retreat is. I've gotten to experience it a time or two via friends I've been sailing with on the Apex, on the Solstice, and some other ships. And I've seen how great the service is there, how amazing the food is in Lumine. It's just an exclusive experience. It's kind of that ship on board a ship sort of experience exclusive to those guests staying in a retreat. And when you're staying in a suite with Celebrity, you get so many different benefits. You get elevated service. They have dedicated butler service for each of the suites. You get to dine in Lumine, which is the exclusive restaurant for those guests staying in the retreat, and the Lumine is so good. On ships that do have a retreat sun deck, you get exclusive access to that retreat sun deck. There's also a lounge at Michael's Lounge, usually on the ships that haven't been revolutionized just yet, and then the retreat lounge on the ships that have. However, in the past few days, I've been seeing online a lot of people talking about some changes that Celebrity is making for those guests staying in Sky Suites or Aqua Sky Suites. In the past, guests staying in any category of suite with Celebrity have had dedicated butler service, and actually, I'll show you a screenshot that I took just last night on Celebrity's website where it shows that they have intuitive service, and the number one thing they list there is butler service. However, reports have been surfacing over the past week that Celebrity is doing away with butler services for those guests staying in Aqua Sky Suites and Sky Suites. And I've sort of made a confirmation this morning via Celebrity that this is absolutely true, that butlers are going away for guests staying in those staterooms. Now, I'm not making this video to beat anyone down or to beat up on the cruise line. I usually only report on stuff as it happens to me on this channel. And because I am staying in a Sky Suite pretty soon, I was very concerned about this. I don't necessarily need a butler. I don't really know what all a butler does on a ship because I've never stayed in the retreat before. I've never stayed in a suite before. I was really excited. And to just be frank with you, I paid north of $7,000 for this cruise experience, a 9-day cruise in the retreat with Celebrity. So, when you're paying that much, there's an elevated experience expectation because that's what you're being sold by the cruise line. You're being sold this intuitive service like I showed you that they promote on their website and that they advertise on their website. And I'm not complaining that I'm not going to have a butler because I'm pretty independent. I can do things on my own. If I want to go grab something to eat, I can go get it myself. I don't need a butler or a room steward or anybody like that to go get things for me. But the fact of the matter is, if they are making changes to service without telling folks, that's a lot of money that you have spent for a service that you might no longer be getting. And some of the reports were saying from some people who boarded Celebrity ships this weekend were saying that some of the butlers that they did interact with on the ship said they're already reducing the number of butlers on board those ships. Some were saying that some butlers were actually let go of at the conclusion of cruises this weekend. So maybe the cruise came into like Barcelona to start another one. A number of butlers were being sent home from that ship. Your service is no longer needed on board the ship because we are reducing our butler service. Now, as of the time I'm recording this video, which is Sunday, July 30th, there's been no official announcement from Celebrity, no official word from Celebrity, other than folks calling up Celebrity to say, hey, what's going on, what's happening? So I had that thought myself, and I was like, well, what if we just call Celebrity up and see what's going on? And there is a dedicated retreat number if you're staying in the retreat. If you have a reservation in the retreat, you can call the retreat concierge ahead of your cruise. That's a nice perk. And you can actually make arrangements on board the ship. They can help you and make sure that everything is ready for you once you get there for boarding day. So I did call up this morning, just in the past 30 minutes. I've called up the retreat concierge and I asked, what's going on, what's happening. And the first thing they told me is, well, don't believe the rumors that you're hearing on social media, that you're reading online. And I was like, well, okay, well, tell me what's happening. And essentially they said that in the past, there has been one butler assigned to up to about 9 sky suites. So one butler would service all 9 of those. And the agent I was talking to, she explained that, well, you might need something, and also, 3 other rooms need something at the same time. That's going to slow down service, essentially. There's only one butler there for 9 rooms. And now we're going from one butler to a retreat team, is what they're calling it, or a butler and retreat team. She referred several times to it. And she actually said they're moving around crew right now. They're bringing crew from other departments on board the ship to work as part of this new retreat team. And essentially, if you need something, you would call the retreat up and they would be able to help you out, this retreat team. I said, well, is the service still going to be as personalized, and dedicated, to my room, or is it essentially just going to be like a concierge? Because you can call up the concierge already. They can help you out with things. Is it going to be a little bit more personalized than that? And she said yes, that it would be. That, it's not a major shift or major change from the butler service. But they are getting rid of butlers. That much is true. They are getting rid of butlers. If you're staying in a sky suite or an aqua sky suite, you'll no longer have a butler. You will only have access to this retreat team. Now, if you're staying in a category of suite higher than that, the celebrity suite, all the others, I don't even know all the levels, the penthouse, things like that, you will still have a dedicated butler for your stateroom. But if you're staying in the lowest level, the sky suite or aqua sky suite, you will only have access to the retreat team. And that is officially confirmed by Celebrity from the retreat concierge I spoke to on the phone this morning. Now, I'll be honest with you. As I've stated, I've never sailed in the retreat before myself. This was going to be my first time. And she did say that this would be the case, when my cruise departs. So it sounds like this is almost an immediate change. And going on those reports, and I mean, they're just reports, they're not confirmed, but from what folks are saying they're hearing on board ships this weekend, it sounds like it's happening immediately. They're already letting these butlers go. This service is already being reduced. And because it is, in my mind, a reduction in service, I did ask if there would be any announcement made. Would I receive any more information ahead of my cruise, since I am booked in a sky suite? This would be directly impacting me. She said no, not at this time. There's no announcement prepared. There's no statement prepared that folks, are free to call Celebrity and ask questions, but they're not really going to inform folks. So really, unless you're watching this video or you're seeing it somewhere else online or someone else tells you about it, you might be in for a shock when you get to your Celebrity cruise in the next month or two, or maybe even a few months down the road, and are like, hey, where's my butler? I stayed in a sky suite before and I don't have a butler anymore. What's going on? I just think that that's not a great business practice if you're not letting your folks know when you're paying that much. I'm paying north of $7,000 and I'm not even being notified that service is being changed. I did mention that to the agent I spoke to. So was there going to be any compensation provided? Are folks going to be able to make changes? Because maybe folks no longer want to sell in the retreat. Maybe, folks want to go to a different class of stateroom, or maybe folks want to cancel their cruises or onboard credit, anything like that. And I was told no, there would be no compensation. There would be no allowance for changes or any grace given to folks at all that want to change in light of this news, because this is no service failure. Quote, no service failure. This is just a change, she said, to make service more efficient. So we really don't know at this point. We don't know what the service is going to be like with the new retreat teams. All we do know is that the dedicated butler service will be going away. It seems like there's going to be this general retreat team. I don't even know how many people will be a part of that. But if you need something, you call up the retreat team. They'll come and help you out. There won't be a dedicated butler for each room. So that's what we do know for sure. We know that it's probably not going to be announced broadly. If you have any issues with it, if you have more questions, you need to call up Celebrity and the retreat concierge and ask them about that. And then we also know that there's not going to be any compensation, no allowance for folks to make changes. So if you've already made deposits, and they recently upped the deposit amount on suites, it's now 10% of the total cruise fare. If you've recently made a deposit for your cruise, I recently made, well, it's been over a month or so ago now, but I made final payment, so I'm stuck. I'm going on this cruise, and just fingers crossed that service is still what it should be and what it has been for folks staying in the retreat, because I'm going to showcase that to you. I'm going to be brutally honest. I'm always honest with what I'll show on my channel. Like I said, I'm not here to kick anyone. I don't want to make videos to put down any cruise line. I just like to tell folks what I experience, when I experience, and what they can expect if they have the same experience that I do. So I'm going to be honest with you. I have great integrity with what I do here on the channel. I'm not going to let anyone influence me in one direction or another. I'm going to tell you the truth as it happens to me. I take great pride in doing that, and I know folks appreciate that because you tell me in your messages and things. So I'm really happy and proud that I can provide you that type of information on the channel. And I did want to let you know, and I did want to tell you that I'm selling in the retreat, but unfortunately now it seems there's going to be this change in service, and we'll just have to see together when I take my cruise here in the next month or so what that service is going to look like. And as I mentioned at the top, this just comes on a year of increased number of changes, and it's not just Celebrity. All cruise lines are making changes now. You know, they're really trying to cut costs as much as they can, even in a year where they're like record sales for cruise lines. There's more people. I saw a report the other day that Royal Caribbean had the best year they've ever had. In fact, cruises are being oversold. I mean, just a couple of months ago, Celebrity actually kicked me off the Celebrity Millennium, which I was supposed to be going to Japan on in a couple of months. They notified me that my cruise had been canceled because they oversold my cabin. They booted me without any questions asked. I didn't even have any area to go back and be like, well, you know, can I move to another cabin or something? They just kicked me off the sailing, and I'm sailing with another cruise line instead. And I'll tell you more about that soon. But I'm excited to try a brand new cruise line I've never been on before in Japan, in light of what Celebrity did to me. So it's not been a great year to be a fan of Celebrity Cruises. They've done a number of changes. They've done a number of changes to me. And so I'm just here to tell you all about it, and we'll see together what these changes are going to be like. But let me know down in the comments, what do you think about this change to Butler service for Sky Suites and Aqua Sky Suites? Are you staying in one? Have you stayed in one? What do you think that'll look like? What are your feelings on it? Yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it informative. If you did, make sure you go down below, give me a thumbs up. Also, make sure you consider subscribing to the channel. Have a lot more cruise content to come very soon, including that cruise on the Celebrity Reflection in a Sky Suite, which I'm so excited about. And I can't wait to take you along with me on that. Folks, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you on the next adventure.